Bacon. 85% of people hate their jobs, dude. They hate going to work. They want to quit. They're not having any fun. We gotta make it fun. We gotta bring gamification to the world.
No, I don't mean to get sentimental, but I could rip a mean instrumental. Fill up the street full of bodies using hateful weapons. Pull up your seat, see we living in the Great Depression. Racism still subtle but above us. When dark-skinned models really grace the magazine covers. The wicked in the story right there. That's my Lupe shit, my life a nightmare. Cruising through the galaxy.
Best analogy of gamification I learned with my first English Bulldog, Rocky. And you know, when I was a young guy coming up in business, I've been turning around businesses since I was 24, and I would go into a business, and a lot of times I had a manager that was 50 or 60 years old, and he'd be looking at me across the table and just like, come on, kid, you know, I don't like change, you know, whatever it is, I'm not going to do whatever you're saying to do. But I was put there to increase profits and drastically improve the customer experience. And so funny, later in life, you know, growing up, we had Shelties, we had German Shepherds, we had all kinds of different dogs in my family growing up. But I got my first Bulldog when I was 29, I think, and his name was Rocky. Many of you have seen the paintings of him. He was the first Bulldog I ever painted. And it was funny, but that dog was such a stubborn SOB that he was impossible to potty train. And he would literally look at you, and he'd make sure you were looking at him, and then he'd lift his leg and take a piss on the couch or a chair or whatever. And he'd mark his territory all over the place. And you could spank him, you could rub his nose in it, you could do whatever you wanted to do. He wasn't having it. And the great part of this that really applies to gamification is that's what happens in our business. Our employees are pissing on everything. They're doing whatever they want. They're following their own system. And it's really hard to get control and have consistency and have high morale with people having fun, right? So we were taking him to this dog trainer, and we just said, you know, we're just having the worst time with this guy potty training him. And he said, well, how are you trying to potty train him? And I said, well, the way I potty train dogs, you know, growing up is you just wadded up a newspaper and you hit your hand. You don't hit the dog, but the noise scared them and you rub their nose in it. And you did that a couple times and that was it. He said, oh, you can't potty train a Bulldog like that. He goes, you got to give him treats. And sure enough, it worked. I started giving him treats when he would go outside, and then the same thing, he'd come get me, and he'd be like, come on, let's go get the treats. And then I'd get the treats, we'd go outside, he'd do his business, and I'd give him a treat. And it worked, and it works with your employees. If you want to have them follow a system, if you want to increase morale, I'm telling you, that dog was happy to go to the bathroom. He was excited to go to the bathroom because he knew he was going to get a treat. So if you want your employees to follow your lead and have fun and do what you want them to do, it's just like potty training a Bulldog. It's exactly like potty training a Bulldog, and that's gamification. And that's the basis of it is you're giving them a reward and you're putting the emphasis where the good behavior is, which creates a great feeling for them. They're having fun, they learn better, and they interact better as a team. And that's the key to gamification. 70% of companies are going to gamify one aspect of their business or another. Yeah, how about that? So like you can see, none of these guys are pissing all over the furniture, doing anything they shouldn't do because they're so well trained. We use treats to train them. And Lucas and Sylvie and I had a bet earlier because we were talking about Bacon, my Bulldog Bacon, how much he loves Manchego cheese. And Sylvia said, does he love Manchego cheese more than chicken or steak? And I'm like, you have no idea. So we have a bet, and we're gonna let you vote at home who's gonna win. So what we're going to do, hold on one second. We have peanut butter in one dish. We have chicken from an empanada in the restaurant here in the building, and fine aged Manchego cheese. No joke, this cheese is aged 6 months. And we're gonna see which ones the Bulldogs pick out of the three. Would they rather have Manchego? Would they rather have peanut butter? Or would they rather have chicken from a Brazilian empanada here in the building?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
coming in from Long Island, New York, Miss Lola. Chicken? Oh, chicken. She's got a tramp stamp on her back of an olive martini tattoo, Miss Olivia. Montego. I'll show you what you're doing, from Chaka Chaka, Chihuahua, Mexico, Tequila. Manchego! He likes some manchego! Before you're on the ropes again. It's not chicken, it's not chorizo, and he's certainly not a vegetarian. The next contestant, Bacon! Yes, if you wanna go off to Queer Street, away for no peanut butter. He did the chicken. So Lucas and Sylvia won that bet, and I would have bet anything that Bacon would have chosen Manchego over anything else, but he was in a mood today and a surprising outcome. But that's what's great about gamification, is you never know what the outcome is going to be, and it makes everything really fun. And believe it or not, in businesses all over the world, right now as you're watching this video, somebody's playing games with their employees, having fun and driving their business for better performance, higher morale, and just overall people want to come to work more. The gamification industry is going to exceed $5 billion. Can you imagine if you had 5 billion pounds of Manchego? Yeah, 5 billion pounds. So if you have a pattern interrupt with your employees and you get them out of their normal daily routine, it actually shows that it increases morale, it increases productivity, and cognitive retention. So you want to use gamification to switch things up and make every day different. So your employees are coming to work ready to have fun. And then the magic is if you put your highest margins on the items that you're gamifying and selling more of, your margins and profits are going to go up. So you can actually use gamification to increase your profits in your business, and everybody else is going to have more fun at the same time. They're going to have better cognitive retention, and they're going to work together as a team. It's a great team building thing. The only dog I've ever had they can't catch. Watch this. It'll hit him right in the face. We got it. Good job. Now that you understand gamification, you know what you should do? I got an idea. You should learn how to read. And then once you know how to read, get my new book, Gamification, Playing for Profits. What do you think?